Hey YouTube, Maddie's Daddy 12 here with another video for you guys as we move closer to our goal. So today at work, a woman asked me if I would be interested in looking in some of her stuff that she has to sell, and possibly get it from her for cheap and flip it and everything. And I was like, hey, I'm always willing to look at anything to see if there's a possibility I could sell it. So we got to talking a little bit, and we got to talking about everything that I do with the flea market and eBay and just life in general. And she was wanting to know. I told her about the YouTube channel, and she seemed really interested in it. She asked me to do a video about this, so hopefully I gained another subscriber, and she's watching this video and appreciates this. So this is how my day normally goes. So this is a day in the life of, if you will. So I get up at about 10 minutes after 4. The first thing I do is check my phone to see if anything sold overnight on eBay. If something did, then I only get to hit my snooze button one time. Otherwise, if nothing sold, then I get to hit it a couple times before I really need to get up. But if something sold, like it did this morning, I get up and I pack it and everything and get it ready to go. Take a shower, get ready for work. Try to leave my house no later than 5 o'clock a.m. My first stop as I leave town is by the post office to drop off whatever package. Just drop it in one of the slots there. Nothing too spectacular. I do that. I don't really like putting my stuff in the mailbox. It's not that I live in a bad area or anything. I just prefer, I feel better about it if I take it to the post office immediately and get it put in the postal system like immediately. Anyway, so then I drive to work. I work at a automobile factory. Yeah, if you guys Google the area that I live in, Owensboro, Kentucky, you guys can figure it out. But I don't want to talk about my employer on YouTube, because you never know if somebody's going to take what to HR or anything. So I won't name any names of what where I work. But if you guys want to put in the legwork, you can figure it out. So I drive to work. I got an hour and 15-minute drive to get to work, and it's not bad. Like, it gives me a chance to listen to stuff on YouTube. I like to listen to Middle Ground on YouTube. Listen to a lot of music and everything. Just a little time to myself, I guess. And then I put in anywhere between 8 to 10 hours of building some awesome vehicles. So when I get off work, actually even before I get off work, I usually use one of my breaks while I'm at work to check the eBay store and to answer any questions, maybe send offers, respond to offers that we've gotten. I try to do that rather quickly, so I've only got the one 10-minute, or we got 10-minute breaks, so I'll take the one 10-minute break and try to really knock that out. Then another one of my breaks, I will spend time. I'm a member of a couple groups on Facebook. Some eBay resellers groups are on Facebook, and they allow you to share issues and problems that you've had and respond to other people's issues and problems. It also gives you a platform to actually just sell your items, because not only are we sellers on eBay, but most of us are also customers on eBay. So it gives us a chance to follow some other sellers and maybe pick up some pretty neat items for ourselves. So I'll usually spend another one of my breaks actually taking care of that, answering any questions that I can that other people may have, and asking any questions that I may have myself. So that's normally how my day goes at work. After I finish my 8 to 10 hour shift, depending on the number of vehicles we have to build that day, then it is a drive home. Again, another hour and 15-minute drive, but it's not a constant drive home always, because that's when I will stop in Evansville, Indiana, at Looky Look Vendors Mall in Evansville, Indiana. It's an old Toys R Us building. That is actually where we have our flea market booth. So if you're ever in Evansville, Indiana, check that place out. Booth number 502. That is my stuff. That is Maddie's Daddy 12's booth there. You can check out some of the shirts that I have for sale and everything. I got going in there about once a week and cleaning up after all the customers, getting everything straight. Maybe put out some new merchandise. Maybe take home some merchandise that hasn't really been moving like I thought it would, and take it home and list it on eBay. I also use that time when I'm driving home. Actually, I did that today. I actually stopped by a Goodwill today on my way home. Spent about 30 minutes in there and bought a couple things that'll be making their way to the eBay store. So I'll do that on my way home also. So I usually try to take about 30 minutes out of the day on the way home from work to either stop in like Henderson, Kentucky, or and stop at the Goodwill there, or there's several Goodwills in Evansville, Indiana. I think there's 4 total that I can stop at. I also head up into Princeton. That's where I went today, Princeton, Indiana, and checked out the Goodwill there. So that that's normally an extra hour to half an hour of my drive home that I'll spend there. When I get home, I very rarely ever get to go straight home. Normally, with my kids in the high school band, or my youngest daughter is in playing softball right now. Normally, I'm going from work to the Goodwill to one of the thrift stores, and then going straight to a ball field, straight to a band practice or a band recital or concert or something, because the life of a dad never stops. that's for sure. Depending on what we have going on that evening, like tonight, I've actually got a friend coming over who I still dabble in Yu-Gi-Oh cards a little bit. Some of you guys from my original channel will know that it was all Yu-Gi-Oh content. So he's actually coming over tonight to look at some of the Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I still have, and to see if I can sell some of those. So I mean, like that, just there's always something going on in the evenings. I'm normally able to actually get home from work and from everything else I've got going on at about 8:30, sometimes 9 o'clock. At that time, we'll try to eat dinner, and then I will try to list 1 or 2 things on eBay at that time also while I'm eating dinner. And my wife doesn't really care for that too awful much, but again, the life of a dad never stops, right? And like when I'm trying to sell stuff, like I'm trying to make this goal happen. Like I want to pay for this vacation off of just the stuff just the money that we make from reselling stuff. If I can do that, that would be absolutely amazing. So she understands. She doesn't like it, but she understands. So I'll list a couple things, and then if anything's sold during the day, sometimes I'll go ahead and package it that night. Sometimes I'll wait till the next morning. You never really know. But anyway, I'll go ahead and package it up if I can. If not, I will wait till the next morning. But that normally gets me done with the day by about 9:30 to 10 o'clock. About that time, I'm actually getting a chance to go to bed, and actually getting a chance to hit the pillow. And then, of course, I'm back up the next morning at 10 minutes after 4 to do the same thing over again. And, when I talk to people about my schedule and about what I do every day, day in, day out. And they almost cringe because they're like, you get 6-7 hours of sleep a night? Like, how is that enough? How do you stay moving all the time to continue to do all of this stuff? And God, there's no other real way to put it. Like, I have a goal that I want to meet. And achievements like this don't just get handed to you. You have to go to work. You have to keep hustling. Like, you have to keep working. Things like this just doesn't get handed to you. If you want to be able to do these kind of things, you have to keep listing. You have to keep buying. You have to keep going to the thrift stores. You have to keep buying new product to list. You have to keep listing new product. You have to keep pricing stuff and taking it to the booth. You just have to keep working. And luckily for me, like, I've got an amazing family. My wife is always willing to pick up the loose ends that I'm not able to take care of at the house. And she's always willing to do the extra load of dishes when I don't take care of my end of the bargain, because she understands that I work the hours that I do, and that I put in the extra work to make this happen for us. And then, like, my son is amazing also. He mows the yard for me. He takes care of the yard for me. He takes care of the dog for me. Again, like basic chores that most everybody's going to have, he takes care of it. And then my daughters, they're both awesome also, taking care of laundry, all my family does an amazing job of taking care of the house, which allows me the extra time to be able to do what I do. And if it wasn't for them, I couldn't do this. And if it wasn't for having a goal and setting that mark out there and striving to get to it, I don't know that I'd be able to do it either. Like, I really think having that goal, having that carrot dangled in front of your face, really helps a lot to push me to get to where I want to be, and to get to the goals that I want to reach. Because we may have a 1-year goal right now to pay for our vacation with the eBay sales and the flea market sales. But, my wife was talking, and we're like, so are we just going to stop this after a year? Is that going to be the end of it? Well, no, that's not going to be the end of it. Because after that, we plan on renovations to the house. What kind of renovations to the house that I want to do, that I want to try to pay for with the money coming from the booth. So it can't just be one goal, guys. You have to constantly be setting goals. You have to constantly be reaching to achieve what you want to achieve, and you just can't stop. And that's how I make it through the day to do the things that I do. And that's what gets me through the day. And that's how I do it. Like, that's how I achieve the things that I do. Like, she seems to think that this is like, I don't know, that I'm on speed or something. No, I wish it was that easy, guys. It's just putting your mind to it and doing the work. So there it is, guys. I appreciate it. Subscribe, comment down below, drop me a like, and I appreciate it. Show us how much you love us.